I want you to pay attention to this pattern. It might look like a head and shoulders, or a triangle, or anything else. But what really matters is that price started consolidating in these areas. Here, the bottom of the triangle was broken, then it made a pullback, and finally formed this amazing candle. Our entry could have been on the close of this candle, with the stop loss above its high, and our second take profit would have been reached as well. But here's the point. The market doesn't always react to patterns this cleanly and perfectly. That's why I want you to look one level higher and ask yourself, why did this pattern form here? What was the purpose of price creating this pattern? To answer that question, we first need to analyze the area itself. On the higher time frame, the 5-minute chart, we had an order block. Price came to tap into it. And on the lower time frame, it created a change of character and a fair value gap. So this order block is highly important for us. After that, price formed a triangle. But which part of this triangle is the key? Right here, the zone where both buyers and sellers entered. What does that mean? It means not everyone acted like the first group who entered on the candle close and reached take profit too. There was one group whose analysis was that price had touched this line 3 times but couldn't break it. So when they saw this reversal candle, they thought it was a fake breakout, entered on its close, and placed their stop loss below the pattern. Another group waited for the pullback to the triangle. When they saw this strong candle, they entered and placed their stop loss above the pattern. Now, why is it important to know where these two group stop losses are? Because a smart money trader, when seeing something like this, immediately remembers the combination of liquidity setups 1 and 2, the same concept we discussed in the previous lesson of the course. What does that mean? It means market makers collected liquidity below this pattern to push price toward our order block, and built liquidity above it to serve as the target for the next move after reacting to our order block. So, the liquidity below the pattern becomes setup 1, and the liquidity above the pattern becomes setup 2. What's the result? We can confidently take risk on this order block, because the combination of setup 1 and 2 usually creates very powerful entries. But the story doesn't end here. It's just getting started. Let's move one time frame higher, the 15-minute chart. Here, we have an order block that hasn't had its 50% mitigated yet. Price on the 1-minute time frame has just tapped into it. Remember in the break of structure lesson, we said, as long as a candle doesn't close above the high, it doesn't count as a BOS. So a change of character and a flip can't form in these zones, because this is a weak low that couldn't create a BOS. But here, we have a strong move formed from an order block. Price reacted to it, flipped it, and created a new order block. This is where our analysis becomes exceptional. The top of that pattern became setup 1 liquidity for this order block, and here we have setup 2 liquidity. What does that mean? It means we have both liquidity setups combined, and we can enter this order block with full confidence. Now, one very important point. In my opinion, the best take profit for smart money concepts is take profit 5, because price usually gives its best reaction right there. One of my mentors always said, if you want to know whether your strategy really works, your exit point should be exactly where the next entry forms. And in this example, that's exactly what happened. As soon as the market hit our take profit 5, a new sell entry got activated. If this video was helpful for you and made your understanding of liquidity clearer, make sure to hit the like button so this content can reach more traders. Also, share your experience of practicing these same concepts in the comments below. As always, thanks for staying with me until the end of the video. Backtest with focus, and until the next video, stay successful.